No, somebody that gets up
Hello,
at 3 in the
folks.
morning.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Super Christmas Eve Sunday 2023. And I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews. Dazzling Dave is in Louisiana also. And we're going to bring, there's Mr. Bingle. And
Mr. Bingle, jingle, jangle, jangle. Here comes Mr. Bingle. You don't know who he is? Look him up. You got the internet.
We're going to be looking at various beverage products. And I have one today from New Belgium. It's called Voodoo Ranger Experimental IPA. This is their current experimental, I think number 10, made with Citra hops. And it is coming in at
that's something new.
Something 6 point, yeah, right. 6.6% alcohol. So it was in their hoppy pack.
I, on the other hand, are going to make a New Orleans breakfast drink classic that's served at just about every fancy restaurant around here, Brennan's and all those guys in the French Quarter. It would be the Bloody Mary. I'm using a Major Peters Bloody Mary mix and Crown Rouse vodka. Right now I have a glass with lemon, olive. I got an olive in there. I've got some green beans and a little slice of celery stalk. And this has got everything in it. It's got the Worcestershire. It's got everything. So these are usually made. I've got my little fancy dancy stir thing. You see it all the balls. I'm going to pour some of this in there. Oh, about halfway, because the ice is going to melt, as I hear it melting right now. And let me give this a little shake. Good enough. And Merry Christmas, everyone. And this is basically like your tomato juice fancied up with other spices. It's got celery salt. It's got Worcestershire, however you choose to pronounce that word. Some people Worcestershire, some people Worcestershire, Worcestershire. They like to yeah, they like to, and then you have to mix this up. So normally you would just like do it in a shaker glass. Some people mistakenly call a shaker glass a beer glass. But yeah, and so there you go. A breakfast or a brunch classic drink here in New Orleans on a Sunday. A lot of people go to brunch. You say, what is brunch? I say, you have the internet. You know what brunch is.
Everybody knows what brunch is.
Yeah, it's a combination of breakfast and lunch. All right. So this is, the alcohol is 80%, your typical run-of-the-mill proof that comes out on most. I got this at International Store in Metairie, Louisiana for $5.69 a liter. And Jay, you know a little background about this brand, don't you? Do you know who makes this? Can you tell the audience?
Yes, it was introduced a long time ago by the Seagram's company, but they sold it to Sazerac in 1989. So it's been a Sazerac brand since '89. And if you look on the bottle, it says Frankfort, Kentucky. That's where it's made.
And what other
Buffalo Trace?
What other brand of vodka do they make? And it's been around for a long time.
Taka. And a bunch of others also, like Dobra.
Yeah, this is probably the Taka brand, the red label Taka, not the blue label. So, yeah, let me make sure this is 80. I think it is.
Now, the red label Taka is 100 proof.
80 proof. This is 80 proof.
Okay, and I found out right just by doing research. Crown Rust was introduced on October 18th, 1940. October 18th, 1940.
Wow. Yeah, this is real good. It's got a little kick.
All right, we're gonna come back to it. So I got this Voodoo Ranger experimental. Now I'm going to show the website, so I'm going to pour it. We're going to update the comments, folks. Don't worry. And if anybody else joins, we'll let you do your beverage. Doesn't even have to be alcoholic. Could be some kind of coffee. Here it is. It's pale. So it is a pale, India Pale Ale, off-white head, clear. So it's a clear one. It's not a hazy, really. But now let's look at the website, and then you're going to wonder if it's really an India Pale Ale or just a strong pale ale. Okay, there it is. They've been doing this experimental one for what, about 2 or 3 years now?
Yeah, something like that. Is it different every year, or
maybe about every 6 months? Yeah. Our next experiment is a hazy IPA brewed with Citra hops. Only available in the Voodoo Ranger variety packs. Okay, so they're saying it's 32 bitterness units. That's very low for an IPA. 32, 6.6% alcohol. Citra hops, and the malts are pale malt, honey, and Pilsner malts. So 3 malts and 1 hop. And they're just showing some. So I don't know. I'm going to talk about it. It seems to me. Now let me give it an aroma. It has a hoppy aroma. Like you get the hop oils like that citrusy, Citra hops. Get it? Citrusy hop aroma. White bread crust. Cheers.
Cheers.
On the flavor, you get some pininess. You get the full 32 IBUs. You get the little fruitiness. You get the white bread crust. You get a medium body. Sweetness is maybe 3 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness, probably also 3 out of 5. Finish is mostly dry. I just think that it tastes fine. No knock against the flavor, but I think it tastes more like a strong pale ale than an India Pale Ale. That's just my opinion. I think they should call it a strong ale, but then people don't want to buy it. They want to buy an IPA.
So would you say that you feel like some brewers are using the term IPA just to sell whatever concoction they make?
If it's a hoppy black lager, they don't call it that. They call it a black IPA. If it's a hoppy red ale, they don't call it that. They call it a red IPA. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. If it's a strong pale ale, they call it a pale ale. Now, Dale's Oscar Blues makes a pale ale called Dale's, but it's really, in a lot of people's opinion, an IPA, not really a PA.
Yeah, because they made the double Dales and introduced that, and then stuck the IPA.
And that really isn't a double IPA. Yeah, it's almost like a barley wine. We have a very rainy day today, you all.
Yeah, and lots of people out there being foolish on the streets. I saw an 18-wheeler run his red light at Causeway in Jefferson.
Very bad. Good.
Oh, he wasn't even in the road, but I had the green when I got there.
So this is fine, but the score.
Red light.
Huh?
It was all this morning, and then somebody wiped out and hit the side of the rails at Causeway and Elmwood. They were all over the place. They hit the rail, busted up the whole front of their car. They wound up over in the grass. I said, "Good Lord, I'm going home."
Wait, Causeway and Elmwood?
Elmwood, right there at Clearview.
Oh yeah, Clearview and Elmwood. Okay.
Earhart, right there. It was like you were going from Jefferson straight through to Airline. I don't know what happened. They hit the rail, spun around, pieces of their car all over the place, and wound up over in the grass. I was like, man, come on. It's Christmas Eve. Did y'all go out last night? They must have. It's Sunday morning. Let's one of the green beans.
All right.
So it's like breakfast and a drink. All right. Made with this vodka. Typical run-of-the-mill, regular old vodka. Tastes pretty good. Not bad. Crown Rose. It doesn't have that fancy embossment on the bottle like it has there. It's like a German flag. And then I'm using Major Peter's called The Works. And inside of The Works, the only thing I didn't put in this was hot sauce because it's the morning. I'm not into that stuff in the morning. Okay, so it's a recipe on this. It says get a 12 to 16 ounce glass. That's what this is. 16. Fill with ice. Add 4 ounces of Major Peter's. After you fill it up with ice and you go about halfway mark, that's about 4 ounces because you're already full of ice. Put 4 ounces of Major Peter's and an ounce and a half of your favorite vodka. Well, I'll put a little bit more in there. I'll put like maybe 2.5 ounces, I think. Says never compromise when it comes to great taste. I only use the best ingredients for my award-winning Bloody Mary mixtures for you to enjoy a cocktail experiment that is not, which is just not just ordinary, it's extremely extraordinary. Pardon me. Cheers. All right. So like I said, I added a little lemon to this. Celery stick, stuffed olive with, I'll say it's got a garlic and a little jalapeno in it. And then there's some pickled green peppers in there too. Okay, so the ingredients of this are water, of course, tomato paste, horseradish, distilled vinegar, salt, spice blend, little sugar, onion, corn syrup, Worcestershire. That's about it. All the rest of this is chemicals. So it says it contains soy and wheat. And its last ingredient in this is jalapeno. Yeah, this is the works. That's the original. And there were 3 of them when I was buying. There were 3 offers. There was hot, the original, and the works.
Oh, okay.
Where in Sam Hill is that at? $25? Oh, look at the size.
Yeah, it's a handle. It's at Walmart. I don't know.
Well, this is 32 ounces. This is a quart, which is more than a fifth, which is just shy of a liter. A liter was like 33 and something. Man. Okay, well, yeah, I would. Oh, that's also 6 of them. That's 6 1.75s. Can you pull up just how much one of them costs? It's like a whole 6 of 1.75.
Yeah, that's if you order through a food service. Let's see. Let me see if I
Just
can.
got a total on them more and see how much they sell it for.
All right.
Oh yeah, Walmart. Okay, you kind of like destroying my review right now with this Walmart page. Just go to Total Wine and More, please. Thank you. And this is enjoyable. It is tasty. It is spicy. It's not too spicy. It's not hot. It's delicious. It has nutrients and vitamins in it from the tomato juice that was put in it. There you go. $4.99. I did not pay $4.99. I paid $3.99 for mine at Aldi.
Since 1963. You've been making this since 1963. Okay.
The bottle's crooked. Oh, the pitcher's crooked. Yeah, it's pretty good. I would recommend this mixer. Oh, look, everybody else does too. It's got 5.0 rating. How many reviews? 1? Probably. That's usually what that means.
10.
10. Wow. So compare this to like the other major brands like Mr. and Mrs. T's and what's the other one? Zigzag or something like that. Oh, it's rolling papers. Disregard. Yeah. Oh, Zing Zing. Sorry.
Zing Zang gets 4.7.
Wow. How many reviews on Zing Zing?
166.
Somebody didn't like it at all. 3 people didn't like it at all. Huh. And that costs more. That's $1 more than this one, but that Total Wine price.
Yeah, that's the big brand. Everybody sells Zing Zang, but other people are saying that the Major Peters is better. Okay.
How about the Mr. and Mrs. T's? That's it. That looks like that's a big one. Go down to the one below. We're going to go to comparable sizes. There you go. No, that's the big one. That's a 1.75. Stop. Go back up. Go right there.
That's a liter.
Yeah. That's comparable size to what I have. I have a quart. Yeah. And what's the rating on that one?
4.5.
Man, just go ahead and just get whatever the top competitors are in this premix market like this. I would just get the cheapest one, as long as you're dealing with the top competitors.
And I think there's I think there's a brand, a house brand. There's like a private label for. No, maybe not. Okay.
No. There's no house brand for this stuff, unless you want to call it tomato juice. Make your own.
Let's see what Crown Royal.
Recommend that. Yeah. What's the size of that? Say they only sell the big one. It's in a plastic bottle. Negative on plastic alcohol and plastic bottles. Negative.
And it gets a score of 5.0, but with only one review.
And that wasn't me.
And it says, does the trick for less. Does the trick for less. So you know what they're aiming for.
I'd say they're cutting you a deal. And they ain't for anything. People with money will buy this stuff too. So I don't think it's just a low market or people in disparaged markets. But
well, it's been around for 83 years. Now, can you tell the audience? Can you tell the audience why that particular one you have is not technically a pure vodka?
I would assume because it says with natural flavor.
Yeah, vodka with natural flavors.
So we're gonna put vodka flavor in vodka.
Yeah, I'm wondering what is the natural flavor. That's the mystery,
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Buffalo Trace on the telephone, and the guy said they add the natural flavor to their low-end he called it their low-end products to smooth them out. He didn't explain what that meant. Yes, I've had a Bloody Mary.
I would have to taste the vodka.
The pure one.
Yeah. It's good. It tastes like vodka to me. I mean, it is like one of the first stages of any kind of a liquor-based product is vodka.
Right.
And then they'll take it and they'll add additives, colors, flavors. Say they stick it in a barrel for all these years, and they really don't. They'll put Steve's in it. Not to be confused with Ben or Jerry's. But it's also got the celery salt in it.
You got to have the salt.
I don't know why you got to put celery salt in it. Celery tastes like pepper to me. What's that? Yeah, kind of peppery. It's pretty good. It's not bad. See, if Claude was here, he would applaud me for using the celery leaves because he's one of the marketing people. He likes all
Oh,
that
right.
stuff.
It looks
Like,
fancier. Yeah.
it's good. This is also like a parade drink. People go to parades in the morning, and they'll make like a big old gallon of this before they leave their house. They just bring it out there and they shake it around. They stand there in the cold weather and the rain. They sit there and they eat it, they drink it, and then they eat all the vegetables out of it. If I had to add something to this, I like the heat level. It's decent. I'd say it would need like a smidge more of Worcestershire in it. And that's about it.
A little bit more
Salt
Worcestershire.
Just a little bit, like a couple of dashes. But that's also personal preference. Some people, it's a mixed drink. So people are gonna like things in a mixed drink that other people don't like. Some people may question why are you not doing it like this. For instance, like the whole old fashioned. A lot of people make old fashions differently, and they make them with different liquors, and some people muddle. That's the correct term of muddling the orange and down inside of the muddler, for better use of a correct term, I think. And yeah. So that's the thing about a mixed drink. It's mixed, so you can mix just about anything. Meaning you can deviate a little bit off the recipe, I think.
Now, why do you think they use a Bloody Mary with tomato juice for a Sunday morning? What do you think that's?
Probably a little hair to dog type thing where if somebody got out and got loaded the night before and they woke up early, they had a headache, they're like, oh, I need something to make me feel better, because it goes in your system and takes like all the relaxes the blood vessels, so you're not sitting there with a pounding headache. And then in the same instance, tomato juice is full of vitamins and vitamin C and nutrients, so you get a little shot of nutrients. It's a classic Sunday morning drink.
Want me to show you something I found at a international market yesterday? I didn't buy it, but I saw it.
Sure.
Hold on, let me bring up a photo of it. Okay, let me do a screen share.
I just see me.
Yeah, I gotta set it up.
Sure. What is it? Is it gin?
London Extra Dry.
Okay. What is London Extra Dry?
Gin with natural flavors.
All right. Now, nowhere on that label does it say it's gin.
Real small here, it says gin with natural flavors.
Right, nobody can see that. That's about as big as zero font.
Yeah, that's why they call it Crown Rust Dry. They don't call it Crown Rust Gin. But they had Crown Rust Gin. It was the pure. I don't think it had the flavoring. It was at international market.
Why do they call that dry? Like blood dry or something like that?
Because it's not sweet. It's got a real dry finish. There's no sweetness in the finish.
Okay. Most gins are like that. What was the price of it?
It was like about $8, $7 or $8.
You don't remember? Okay.
No, I didn't. But it was cheap. It wasn't expensive. Here's another product they had over there in a glass bottle. And this one is considered a better than normal gin. It's supposed to be better than you would expect. I'll show it to you. It's kind of a rarity. Taka gin.
Why do you call them all London Dries?
It's a style of gin. They developed it in London. It's real dry. Has no sweetness. It's like crisp. You know what I'm saying? Now here's the Taka gin with the flavoring added. I'll show you that. I didn't see that at international market. Anyway, yeah, Taka is supposedly Taka gin is way better than normal. Although Taka vodka is considered not so great.
Trash. A lot of people around here won't drink it.
But there's billboards on every major highway in Louisiana for Taka gin. Taka vodka. Taka vodka, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's look at some comments and then we'll get the scores.
Yeah. This is just me and you. I mean, we can cut it short. Don't matter. Burger show.
It's Sunday, all right. And guess who the priest was at our church today? The rector of the New Orleans Seminary.
Oh.
The man who runs the seminary.
He speaks real low. He's a new guy.
He's got glasses, kind of balding.
Yeah.
About our age.
Not Jim, huh? Jim, he's the old one.
This one's not. This man's not very old.
He's got big barrel. Josh.
Maybe. Eyeglasses.
Is it the priest that looks like you? Did you meet that priest yet? There's a priest out there that looks like you.
Yeah, all I know is he's director of the seminary. And Father David asked him, could he do the morning masses because he has to do the midnight mass and all, and he said, yeah.
Gotcha. You can get your greens, your vegetable on. This is green beans. They're pickled.
Sounds good. I like pickled. And Mathern sells pickled smoked sausage from A Meat, Louisiana. Yeah, from A Meat, Louisiana. Get a whole jar of it. Pickled smoked sausage.
No.
Yeah, it's smoked sausage soaked in brine.
Gross. You mean like pig's feet and stuff like that?
But it's smoked sausage, yeah.
No. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not Pickle's pig feet. It's pickled smoked sausage, yeah.
They sell it the same way. Like you pull it out some tongs, they stick it in a paper bag.
Yeah, you can buy a whole jar here. All right. So as far as scores, well, this beer is fine. I'm glad I bought it in a mix pack. I wouldn't plan on buying it again. I'm gonna tell you right now, I would not go out and buy it again.
I passed it up. I saw it and I was like, there's always a surprise on there that you're not gonna like.
This is not the worst surprise. They got a worse one.
Oh.
With 23 IBUs. 23 IBUs, and that's an IPA. Yeah, okay, sure. This is fine. I mean, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm gonna give it an 83 out of 100. I mean, it's a B, but
I give you 3 scores this morning.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it again. As far as promos, Wednesday we're doing.
You okay?
Wednesday we're doing Christmas beers. Christmas beers, the third day of Christmas, Wednesday, and then Friday we're doing Fandango Friday, any liquor or liqueur. And next Sunday, it's the first Sunday of the month, so we're gonna do. Next Sunday is New Year's Eve. Never mind. We're gonna do Super Sunday next week. Scratch that. Yeah. Then the week after will be Stout
So
Sunday.
next Sunday is going to be New Year's Eve. So we need to do something special for New Year's Eve, not just call it Super Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to call it Super New Year's Eve Sunday. I'm going to do something special. I'm going to bring another one of these disappointing New Belgium Voodoo Ranger mix pack IPAs. Now, as far as new products, I got something you're going to like because it's in a plastic bottle, and I know you like plastic.
Oh, yeah.
I bought this at Total Wine and More. It costs $13.99, although it's $15.99 now.
Gross.
Classic Club American blended whiskey. Yeah, you will never see this on the Buffalo Trace website, but they make it.
Never see that in my bar selection.
Yeah, this is a beautiful American blended whiskey, aged 3 years, and it is 80% grain spirit. So 80% of this content is unaged corn liquor and only 20% straight bourbon. So you know how good this is going to taste. All right, now I'm going to turn it over to Dave, Dazzling Dave.
All right, guys. Went ahead and I've put a huge dent in this. I'd say the amount of alcohol I put in this to the whole drink probably brought it down to like 40 alcohol, maybe a little lower. I'm not sure. It was melting. So I gotta do a couple of scores here. First off, for the vodka itself, Crown Ross. I have tasted this before. I've made vodka in club soda drinks out of it. It's pretty good. I like it. It's not as bitey as Taka, and I'd say it's about on the same scale as them. So for a vodka, clear liquid, it's not bad. I mean, I give it a solid B. It's not great, but to me, vodkas, they all taste the same. I don't care what you make. You make them with corn, potato, grain, whatever. They all taste the same to me. This was probably a grain-based one because grain's the cheapest.
Yeah, it's definitely grain-based. So it's like an 85.
I don't know, something like that. Whatever number you want to put on it. I'm just going to call it a B. Yeah, and sometimes they'll make these out of corn. And when you make them out of corn, then they go ahead and they age them, and voila, they become corn whiskey. So potato vodka I've had before. It's real smooth. It's got like a creamy effect to it. Sometimes the harsh grainy ones, you still get that heavy grain husk kind of tastes like a little bit. And yeah, so that's good. And there's one brand out there that claims they're gluten-free, and it's because they use corn. There is no gluten in corn.
Right. And hey, you're familiar with Middendorf's restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crown Russ is what they use as their bar vodka when they make Bloody Mary. So if you go to Middendorf's and say, I want a Bloody Mary, that's what they're going to use to make it.
A lot of bars use this. A lot of bars. So if you look around bars and restaurants, all you got to do is see what they got. You're going to see this everywhere. Right next to the Taka. So when it comes to the Major Peters, I was actually pleasantly surprised with this. I'm going to give this mix an A. The heat is there. It's not overpowering. It's just missing a little bit. I would add just a little bit, like another dash or two of the Worcestershire sauce. But it's got everything in it. I put a lemon in it because I like to tone things down a little bit. Kind of balances. That's a personal preference thing to me. So yeah, and then you gotta have your veggies. You gotta have a pickled green pepper, green bean rather. You have to have some celery. And I'll put an olive in there, but it's way down at the bottom.
Does it say? Oh yeah, I love olives. Does it say on the bottle who makes that stuff?
What company?
Yeah.
Second. They're not going to give a grade to the bartender that made this. It says majorpeters.com. says manufactured for Golden Farm Foods Incorporated.
I tried to look up majorpeters.com and it came up and said you can buy this domain. So Golden Farms. Okay, I found the website for Golden Farms.
We got some platinum award in 2019. It does have that little,
Yeah,
that little emblem right there. There we got a platinum award. Majorpeters.com. Major, MAJOR, Peters, PETERS.com.
yeah, I looked it up and it said this domain is available.
So after, yeah, I guess the next one I'm going to have would be a little better than the first one because I actually have an opportunity to mix it up like this. And you also have to refrigerate this once you open it. It's got a Best Buy date of March 19th, 25. So I don't know what's going on with their website. So the mix itself, I did about, this is a 16-ounce glass. I filled it all the way up with ice. And then I poured the vodka into about here. So it's about a third was vodka. And then it melted, so it kind of went down alcohol there. And then the rest of it was the mix. Yeah, I'd say it's good. That's about where you want to mix. You want to go about a third liquor to 2/3 mixer. Because you want to taste it. You don't get punched with the alcohol. So it's a real good drink. Overall, the mix, vodka, and everything I put into it, I'd have to give myself an A for creating it. And yeah, there's room for improvement, so I got to give myself like a 93 on the drink.
All right.
And that's it. Oh, promos. Well, I did buy something last night, but it's in the car, so I'm not going to get it. I mean, I can show Rabbit Hole again if you want to see that. Rabbit Hole.
Yeah.
Town. Just regular stuff. Nah, I'll skip. I got the Evan Williams 1783. You got to taste that. Good stuff.
Oh yeah, I've had that. We did that in, as it turns out, we had reviewed that in September. I remembered. That's a really good product. I think.
Dude. And the price, I got a 1.75 for $23.99. Dude, hands down, 90 proof. That is right there. And it's good. Yeah. If you would have waited a little longer and let the ice melt down like I was trying to get you to do, but you got all like you do sometimes.
I was relaxed. I just
who was shooting? Don't give me shit. That's the best part. That's like the pearl. Garlic and jalapeno in that. Good stuff. Yeah, we should do these mixers more often. Now it's time to go take a nap.
time for a nap.
Yeah, the good thing about these things, so you get this little trike thing. You can go in there and go, oh, look at that guy out of the bottom of my glass. Sticking your fingers in there. Yeah, how'd you like that one? Did you get the honey effect I was talking about?
Yeah, I liked it a
Or you
lot.
didn't get it? Good stuff. You'd buy that, right?
I definitely would buy, especially $23 for a handle.
You didn't see the club international market? It was there. That's where I got it.
I did see it.
Surprised.
It says this small batch bourbon is pulled from less than 200 barrels. It's extra aged and uses the same sour mash process and traditional recipe made by our namesake. 90 proof. You get a brilliant color, a brilliant color of honey, oaky vanilla, sauteed butter, and sweet corn nose. A semi-sweet flavor with oak and honey, and it's a lean, off-dry, and regal finish. Okay, it's won awards: gold, double gold, gold. Consumer's Choice it won a double gold last year in San Francisco.
That's the most important one. Go back 3 years in a row. Consumer's Choice. That's the most important one. So there's a lot of people out there that are overlooking the hype and are like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and try this one. Look at Evan Sour, they're calling that. That looks interesting. What does that have in it? Simple sugar and lemon juice. You know what simple sugar is, huh?
Yeah. Simple syrup. It's sugar that's made into syrup.
Yeah, simple. But they garnish it like it's an old fashioned too. With a cherry and an orange rind, or it's probably a lemon rind since they're putting lemon juice in it.
Well, this is the Evans. This is the old fashioned recipe.
Cherry, yep. Orange, yep.
Bitters.
Do they have a Manhattan recipe? Classic Manhattan. There you go. I would say this Evan Williams 1783 would make an excellent choice as a mixer. I mean, excellent. If it's a sipper, it's going to make an excellent mixer. I would even step out and say this is better than Jim Beam. This is better than Jack Daniels. This is better than a lot of things that people go and chase down. I like it better than Buffalo Trace because not only price margin, that giant bottle, you can't even get a small bottle of Buffalo Trace for that price. Doesn't exist.
I saw Buffalo Trace the other day. Somebody was selling it for $29. I was like, "Are you crazy?"
No. No. Yeah, if I really wanted a bottle of Buffalo Trace, I'll just go up there around the university, around one of those liquor stores in the middle of the neighborhoods, and you can still find them for $25, $26 if I wanted to go get that. But don't get me wrong, Buffalo Trace is good, but I find it to be a little too sweet. I find that Evan Williams is more like a classic Kentucky whiskey.
Yeah. Okay. Well, folks, thanks for joining our hangout, our Super Sunday hangout, Christmas Eve, and I hope y'all have a good Christmas day. And we're gonna close out by saying y'all have a good time and be careful. And see you Wednesday for Christmas beers.
And watch out for the amateurs out there, because they're out there like you wouldn't believe, all over the place. They're running red lights. They're running off the road and all this before 9 a.m. on a Sunday.
And it'll really be amateur hour next week. It'll really be amateur hour next week.
I'm staying in.
New Year's Eve will be the biggest amateur hour night of the year.
Oh, man. I mean, it's Christmas Eve and people are running around. They must got tore up last night or something, because they got no brain cells this morning the way they're driving on the slick roads.
Yeah. Man, oh man. All right, well, bye, folks. Bye-bye, and y'all take care. See y'all soon.
All right. Merry Christmas, y'all.